We just got an update on another potential trade for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this may be my favorite yet for this team. A great fit in DeAndre Hunter. Chris Fedor of Cleveland.com made the report earlier today. We're going to discuss trade options there, who Fedor has the Cavaliers trading for him, why, how it can fit the team, and more, as it is buzzing right now with trade options. The Cleveland Cavaliers. Welcome back to Cavs Digest. Billy BB with you. I've been with you the last couple days. I've been with you the last couple months. We were in the off season together. Now we're into the season. Now we're at the trade deadline together, and there's so much to go through right now. Who do you want for the Cavaliers? Do you want them to make a trade? Would you be okay with them trading for luxury tax, for a big man, for a wing? Is so-and-so your favorite player? You don't want to see him go. Man, we are getting so many different options right now, and the deadline is coming in really, really hot. So be sure to subscribe to keep up. Drop down into the comments to let me know what all of you are thinking and more. I just posted another video about Jonas Valanciunas. That's my personal perfect trade for the Cavaliers. We can jump into that a little bit towards the end here, but I encourage you to go back and watch that. We've talked Cam Johnson. We've talked Brandon Ingram. We have talked options on options. Larry Nance Jr. was another one. I mean, so many things we've gone through with the Cavaliers. And if we didn't have enough going on, Chris Fedor, the day after the Cavaliers take a loss to the Celtics, another video we did on why that game influenced my opinion on why they need a trade. Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com, announces the Cavaliers have interest in DeAndre Hunter of Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your prime 3-and-D wing / guard. This is everything the Cavaliers want. They even would have drafted Hunter back a while ago. I mean, they were in those drafts looking at those sort of players back then. I can't remember if it's the Garland draft or the Okoro draft that Hunter was up there. He's been really, really good for Atlanta. A quality player, has helped out a lot on the Hawks, but the Hawks haven't taken that step after getting to the Eastern Conference Finals a few years ago. So they'll be looking to trade DeAndre Hunter. Everything he's kind of got going, it's perfect. It's perfect if you can get him. That's the trouble the Cavaliers may run into, and the talk is for the Cavaliers that they're going to have to swap Caris LeVert for him. Now, I know that is different for a lot of people because that's a scorer, that's automatic points, that's this and that. People love Caris. For the Cavs, this is one of the guys we've listed many times as a trade candidate because Brian Windhorst listed him as our trade candidate. LeVert's contract expiring, right? So his contract expiring is such a big deal that this means something for the Cavs to be able to swap him for a DeAndre Hunter. I love it. I love the idea because I do think DeAndre Hunter is a 3-and-D wing. And again, I'll take it back to my personal opinion about the Cavaliers. And it's about Okoro. It's about Dean Wade. It's about Sam Merrill. It's about George Niang. You've seen it, and you know what they are. So to head into the playoffs, and I do understand what the Cavaliers have done in the regular season, but if you think that means anything in the playoffs, it's just wrong. You know what they are, and if you want to take them into the playoffs hoping they're going to be something different, you're going to be in for a surprise. No surprise. They are going to be what they've been. George Niang is going to be unplayable. Sam Merrill's going to get pushed around and go 1 for 7. Okoro might be hurt. Dean Wade might be hurt. If they're not hurt, Okoro doesn't shoot well for 3, and I don't know what you get with Dean Wade at this point in the playoffs because he's never healthy. So my guess is he won't be healthy. If you want to roll that way, don't be surprised when those guys perform exactly the same, when you can go with a reliable 3-and-D wing that you probably would think can fit really, really well with the Cavaliers in the playoffs. So first off, drop down in the comments. I listed a lot of names there. Okoro, Dean Wade, George Niang, Sam Merrill. It's okay with me. It's okay with me. Work something out there. I had Niang going for Jonas Valanciunas, Okoro going for Jonas Valanciunas. For me, that was more about, I wanted the Cavaliers to have a big man to play some minutes, ease off the Mobley burden, ease off the Allen burden. Instead of Niang out there having to fill some roles, let's switch things up. Let's mix things around. But DeAndre Hunter right now is the latest name for the Cavaliers. And look, for Caris LeVert, I think the common joke we've heard, if you've tuned into this channel or if you're just on Cavs Twitter, is There's a list of players that he plays like, and you spin the wheel, and that's the player you're going to get that night, right? So he's Kobe Bryant one night, he's J.R. Smith one night, another night he's, Samardo Samuels for some reason, another night he's Alonzo Trier. Who's Alonzo Trier? Exactly, right? If you know ball, you know him, but for Karis LeVert, I don't think it's a fit anymore. I don't. Contract's expiring. He was terrible against Boston. Again, another game where you're getting a taste of what it's like to play elite teams and guys aren't stepping up and guys aren't playing well. Okay? That goes for a lot of guys. I named them. Merrill, Wade, Okoro, Niang. Constantly not showing up. Forget the fact that we've seen them in the playoffs, right? But they're not showing up once again this year in opportunities. 2 of 21, the Cavaliers outside of Donovan Mitchell were shooting against the Celtics. So disaster last night against the Celtics. And yes, it swung my opinion on if the Cavaliers should make a trade. I went into that game thinking, something light. They'll probably make the luxury dump. I went out of it thinking, I'm sick of Okoro being out. I'm sick of Dean Wade being out. I need Koby Altman to make a move. And that move is DeAndre Hunter. A reliable, proven 3-and-D wing that could mesh with your team, that would shake things up, that would make them feel like they're not going to try the same thing again. And then when they get housed, feel like, I don't know why we did that. We knew what would happen, which is exactly the position they're in right now. We've gotten 3 games with the Celtics. The Cavaliers have been controlled twice and pulled one out the third time. And I know they lost by single digits the first time, game 1 in Boston, but the Cavaliers shot terrible in the first quarter. They couldn't get things going. I think there's a conversation to be had about Kenny Atkinson, but I think that's for another day. So I need your thoughts on DeAndre Hunter, your personal opinion on him for a fit for the Cavaliers. I'm not sure where everybody's at on him. Again, he's got good numbers looking through the numbers, but we always note that he'll take a lesser role, right? I don't expect Jonas Valanciunas to average 11 and 8. He'll play less minutes and have less of a role. So for Hunter, I'm happy with 10, 3, and really good defense. He may even play more. I don't know. He may be an automatic starter and an automatic 30 minutes, 35 minutes a game. I'm not sure. I'd love that. I like DeAndre Hunter a lot. And if you watch this channel, I've been more focused on the big man talk. So for the Cavaliers, as they get set for the deadline, it's coming in really, really hot. Fedor mentioned some other names. They've always been interested in Obi Toppin. I feel like they've tried to make that happen. Royce O'Neal, another defender option. Jeremy Grant is another wing defender option. Not as good a shooter. We talked about Cam Johnson. I think that'd be a tough trade to get done. Chris Boucher, that's a big man role. And Cody Martin just got moved to the Mavericks, so I'm not sure if the Cavaliers, if that's updated or what's going on there. So drop down in the comments. Is DeAndre Hunter worth all this talk that I'm getting after him about? Are you mad at me that I'm talking Dean Wade being out of town, Isaac Okoro, so forth and whatnot? You can, again, leave a comment if the Celtics game changed your mind, what you want the Cavaliers to do at the deadline, and be sure to stay tuned. We got a lot happening here on Cavs Digest.